Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Tai Chi For You. I've been out, actually it feels good to be back in studio. I've been out filming at a couple different locations, and we visited the Northbridge Senior Center, and you saw the room that I do teach it there once we get back into the groove of things. It's a nice room. And then I also visited the Valley Pub, which, again, we were talking about it, the idea of maybe doing something healthy there once the weather gets good. They have a nice area outside where we could do some Tai Chi, some jazzercise, some yoga. So there's a lot of things in the work. A lot of good things going to happen in the valley here when the weather gets a lot better. We'll be out back to Pout Pond as well. I do a class out there, and I haven't picked a day or a time, but it's usually like a late morning where we get out there and just it feels good to exercise outside. So that's the idea of this whole connecting to nature and just being able to just get in the zone. We talk about that quite a bit. So tonight I thought what I would do is approach it a little bit differently. Instead of trying to rush everything into a show where there's warm-ups and a little bit of history and storytelling and exercises and practicing moves, we're going to just focus on the warm-ups, spend a little extra time on them. So it's going to be almost like a part one, part two, where the next film that I'll do is more of working with the form. So you'll be able to watch this one, hopefully, and just be able to make it your own. I mean, I'm going to show you, we're going to go step by step, and we'll kind of go beginner, intermediate, advanced on some of the moves. So for those of you that feel you need a deeper stretch, or you just want to maybe take it to the next level once you've felt you're comfortable with the beginner's move, say. And then we'll do the next one where we'll break down and we'll show you the different exercises that we do that are part of the either Tai Chi or Qigong. I haven't decided yet. I think we'll do the Qigong form. A lot of people like that, and we do try to incorporate that in the class as well as Tai Chi moves. So why don't we get up? And the only prop that I brought with me today, and you could just use, get a broom, get that snow shovel, whatever you need to do. But this is just another, it's actually bamboo, and it's, again, it's a martial art prop, but, or you can just stick with our chair or stool, something that, whatever you have around the house, make it work for you. So let's talk a little bit about the breathing. Again, we know what the diaphragm does. Remember how we talked about that muscle expands out, pulls down, so the lungs open up, and you get that nice air all the way in. And then we exhale. We get rid of all that stale air, and now we can squeeze, 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 let that air come out. And then we hold that squeeze, and then we expand on the upper part. So let's go over that. We put our hands on the stomach, and this is just, again, I don't want to say it tricks the mind, but you're able to feel how that expands and contracts. So firmly on the stomach, and you'll feel it come out, but I also want you to notice how it comes out on the side as well. So we're going to nice and relax and just take a breath in. Hold it. Breath in. And that's when we release. So breath in. I'll exaggerate. It expands out. And then exhale. Now hold that squeeze, and if you want to put one hand up and one hand down. So now we're going to breathe in. Feel the lungs expand, upper chest, and then exhale. And everything relaxes. So let's do a set of 3. We'll do one hand on each. So. The other thing you could do, keep doing it, breathe in, through the nose, expand, exhale. You could perch the lips, so you like if you were blowing a trumpet, that and that's another way to build up endurance in the lungs. So last one. Squeeze, hold that squeeze. And relax. So that's the breathing technique. And when we do all the exercises too, be aware of that, how the breath usually inhales and then exhales on a push or extension. Inhale when we come in, if we bring in. Exhale when we go down or when we go out. So that's something you can keep in the back of the mind as well. Let's do a little warm-up with that ringing the temple bell. So this one I know you can practice at home. You don't need a lot of space. And the 2 or 3 variations to this one. Again, it's the torso that's moving. So you want to be aware and just keep it firm. You're not overdoing anything. We have that 70-30 rule that we talk about. And then some variations where you can go up on the feet like that. And just get more of a full twist. Hear the ankles cracking. We're going to get to them. We're going to warm them up too. And you can go a little bit, I'd say more advanced. And really wake up the chi. Do a little slap, tap. But you notice I'm not going quick with my arms. They're centrifugal force. 3, 2, 1. Good. And then the shaking it out. Shaking it out. Again, we want to get the lymphatic system going, so we do some bouncing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now, let's do what we talked about, the spine being that information highway. So you want to have a healthy spine. There's a very slight movement with this one, but I want you to feel it. So the best way is, to, again, the hands up here, and we're going to sort of throw the chin, throw the head forward, and then bring it back. Let's just try that, just forward. And it isn't going to be much, but just visualize how that spine, the top of the spine, is just loosening up a little bit. Front to back. And then we're going to go side to side with the same move. So it isn't going to be much. You don't want the shoulders. If you have someone that you work out with, have them so your shoulders aren't coming up, okay? So just, again, visualize. Maybe you want to just look over the fence. But you're keeping the body straight. You're keeping the shoulders relaxed. And there's the snap, crackle, pop that we had a few weeks ago. They're back. They're in the back. So there's that, incorporating the breath as well. Good. And now let's circle. The body likes to move, and it likes to move in circles. So there's the back to the side to the front. And again, I know the shoulders want to move, the hips want to move, everything, but we're going to just go right down the spine like that. Look out, look up and over, come back, and then just a few in the opposite direction. Again, even things out. Just like that. And when you're doing them at home, it feels good. You want to do a few extra, that's fine. Now, let's stick with that area of the spine. We're just going to tuck the chin down and then bring it up. And this one right here, you could open up the chest a little bit, open the palms up, but I'm not lifting the shoulders. So it's just up and then tuck down. The knees are slightly bent, just like that. Breath in. And then let's go side. And again, just not overdoing it because I'm not trying to bring the shoulder up. Just side. And you'll feel the stretch. Breath in. Back to center. And then incorporate that into circles. And if the mic's picking up all those crunchies that I've got. And opposite direction. 3, 2. And again, don't overdo it. If you're just starting out, just small ones. And if you stay consistent, you'll notice after a couple, 3 weeks, you'll get that nice rotation. And again, it's not overdoing it, but you'll feel better. You'll feel the improvement on it. Good. Now we're going to work a little bit lower on the spine. And it's sort of like the shoulder blade area. What we're just going to, again, visualize. And it's a very slight move out and then back. So it's the upper, and we're going to work our way, just to let you know, into the ribs and then down into the hips. Then we're going to do the knees and the ankles. So upper part of the spine. We're just back, forward, shifting it back to the front. Now with the side, same thing. Visualize that coming up, and you'll feel the stretch here, which is condensing this side. And then we're going to stretch this side. So there's a little bit of the arm, the shoulders coming up, but they're only coming up because I'm using the muscles that are connected to that run off the spine and the back of the spine in the back. Okay, and now we can do the circle with that. And again, I felt like the hips wanted to go and the knees, but I'm just circling that upper, just this upper chest area. I'm just circling that. With a nice breath in. And then try the opposite direction. And again, the body likes to move in circles. Any type of exercise. And again, this is what I've learned, that you see people right away before they go for a run or they're going to work out, they go right into a stretch. You want to warm up first with circles or circular motion or gently before you go into a stretch. So now let's drop down into the rib area down here. And again, you can raise the hands out, and we're pushing that chest out. And then kind of a little concave it in so you can feel how the shoulder blades come in. Incorporate the breath. And this is what I go over when I do a either a private or a small group, and we work on the basics. We work on this quite a bit before we go into learning any of the moves from the Tai Chi or the Qigong. Good. And then the side. Now you want to feel that whole side rib cage come up. Exhale. Center. Pull that rib cage up, and the arm's just going to come up with it. I'm not forcing the arm up. Down. Up. And down. Now incorporate that circular. And the ribs start to glide. There's all kinds of muscles in the rib cage, in between the ribs. So you want to work them. Get the chi, get the blood flowing. The blood is going to, be delivering all the all the oxygen that now that we've worked on the lungs, now we're working on the muscles and the tendons, the fascia. Everything's getting warmed up. Get ready to stretch, okay? Now let's drop down to where the hips are. And we talked about we're elongating that spine by visualizing sort of like a boat anchor, how that, or like it almost goes in like a spade. So that's going to drop down so you can bend at the knees a little bit, but keep the back straight. So that's dropping down, and then that golden thread coming out of the crown of the head to really pull that spine. So we're set like that, and again, we're going to just drop the spine. Again, visualize as a bench or a stool back there, and then come back, and then to the front, to the back. And you really, I like to feel it in the back. Good. And then the same thing from the side. Really feel that hip come up, and this one's dropping. And then back to center. And again, you'll feel it more than you notice it. I guess if I had maybe like little like white dots on me, so you could see maybe like the crease of the clothes or whatever, or the dots move. And then go into that circular, so front to the side to the back. Keeping everything else straight. Keep that core engaged. Good. 3 to the side. Good. All right, let's do some of the knees. And again, we're going to work, let me get up front a little bit more. So we're going to get that chi flowing and the energy. We talked about the Lao Gong, the energy points right here in the palm. So we're using that energy and we're placing it in the front of the knee, the side, and the back. So we just want to, again, work in circles. Circular. Make sure you get the sides. And the back. And then you want to end it with a, just sort of invigorate right around the knee. Good. And then the other one, same thing. We're going to just circular. We're placing that energy. Plus we're also just, again, don't even think of it as anywhere. We're getting the blood flowing. You see them, they run out on the field and they, come on, and they work the leg on a player just to get the blood back into that area. But we're using it both. Remember we talk about the physical body and the energetic body. So, and they're getting the energetic part of it as well, just not knowing it. And then working around with a little tap. I like using this one twice, just because The knees, I want to keep them, and I've noticed, again, I've been consistent with it, and I've noticed an improvement with my flexibility. We're able to just loosen up the knee a little bit more. And both sides. And then remember we talked about, I showed you the point, it's called the 3 mile point, where they measure, you find your kneecap and you measure down the width of 3 fingers. And right there is an acupressure point where they used to massage and work that area and send energy in there. And then that would give them the ability to walk another 3 miles when they were going town to town. That's just that's just the story, and that's my story. I'm sticking to it. How's that? All right, let's go with the other knee one that we've talked about, where we just go in circular motion. Now with this one, you want to be maybe a little bit more than shoulder width apart, but I'm not leaning forward. I'm not putting a lot of weight on the knee. I'm dropping down. And you don't have to go far. You just enough so you're not locking the knees. And we're just circling. So I'm dropping down, coming up. There's my breath. So there's a nice circle. And you notice the feet, I mean, they don't have to be out too much, but you want them just kind of pigeon-toed out a little bit. Or, no, that's not pigeon-toe. The opposite of pigeon-toe. So we're just circling. Again, light pressure on the knee. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on the kneecap. And then reverse direction with that one. Keep the breath. Keep the back straight. Good. All right. Shake that out a little bit. And when I showed you some of the bouncing techniques, stick with it, because I forgot how to do this. Remember as a kid, you're always running or bouncing around, doing something. Stay still, stay still. Now we're like, how do you do this again? So just start off with just a light little bounce, bounce, bounce. And go a little bit more. And then the last one, you want to just come up and do a little, not hard, but just to send that little shock from the heel up the spine, and it just follows a whole energy path around. So it's just nice and easy bounce. Good. Now, I've been doing all this without assistance of a chair or anything like that. But if you wanted to take your broomstick or your chair, whatever, and use it to balance, we're going to just do some ankle circles like this. Nice. Again, incorporate the breath. Keep that core engaged. Keep that elongated spine. And reverse direction. Good. And the other foot. Again, ankle. Now it's not snap, crackle, popping like it used to. Nice. Good. All right. Or you could just, again, do some standing still marching, just like that. Good. Now let's try the one, and again, this is one of the moves that we do, but we also use it as a warm-up. So we just bring the leg up, and it's a kick, but it's a heel kick, and it's a low kick. So the foot that you're balancing on does drop. So it's kick and return. Kick and return. And then you could also try to come up a little bit higher and put it out straight and just do some flexing. So again, I'm using this as a balance. I could do it without balancing. I could do it holding on to my chair. Bring it in and down. Do the opposite side. So remember, we bring it up, and it's a low kick, in, kick. Or if you want to think about like stomping the brake pedal. Keeping the breath. Nice deep breaths. Nice straight back. Good. And then you could try bringing it up higher, putting it out straight, and do some of that dorsiflex. 3, 2, 1. Bring it up and in, and down. Good. All right, let's do the one. Again, that energetic body, we're going to start using that or thinking about that more while we're doing the physical exercise as well. So we want to make a fist, and if you want to make, it's called a Tai Chi Fist, where the thumb actually covers the 2 fingers, the first 2 fingers like that. So we want to, hands down to the side, we want to take a breath in, form the fist, and now we want to squeeze it in, not just the hands, but the whole body, the arms, the legs, even your face. Just squeeze, and then just let it go, hands down. So what we're doing now is we're going to allow ourselves, we're going to think about that negative thought, or that pain, that shoulder pain, or that I'm having trouble balancing, or that stupid dog that always, whatever it is, and just let it go. Let that thought, let that pain, that thought of the pain go. And this is a great one. Do it 3 times, 5 times, 5 times a day. Let it go. Now what we're going to do, and this is called freedom fists. We're going to expand out. We're going to tilt the hands, the wrist back, and we're going to lift up. Take a breath in and down. And release. So it's gathering, we're asking for the fresh energy or guidance or whatever. And notice the second one, maybe you're able to flex back a little bit more. And everything's nice and controlled down. So again, nice, happy, smiling energy, good thoughts. Receive and release. Good. All right, shake that out a little bit. Let's go into the energy of the fingers. So we just want to loosen up the fingertips, or every knuckle, everything in the fingers. And again, make it your own. If you have a favorite one that you like to do it forwards, do it backwards. Sometimes it's good to get the brain to think about things. How do I do it backwards? Forwards easy. Backwards, not so easy, okay? And with the wrists, let's put the hands, knuckles together like that, and just open them up and roll them back. So roll them out, roll them back. And again, a lot of these, we're not using up a lot of space. We're not using any special equipment. We're not being loud. There's no yelling or screaming, or nothing against Pelotons, but I mean, they get you pumped up in another way, I guess. We're kind of using it as a internal martial art or soft martial art. Good. And now we want to warm up the elbows. So again, just a little twist in, twist out. So twist out, twist in, twist out, twist in. Now we're going to do a little, I guess, free form. Just try to incorporate the fingers, the wrist, and the elbows. And just bring it in all directions. Just like that. Good. All right, shake that out a little bit. Let's work on the lower back. So we're going to be shoulder width apart. Knees are slightly bent. And we're just going to start to slide the hands down. Start to lean forward. We're going to drop down. And if this is as far as you can go, that's fine. We're not going to do a toe touch right now. But to go a little bit further, watch my knees. They're going to go out to the side. And see, I'm dropping down. I'm not leaning too far forward. So come up. And take a nice big breath in and squeeze those shoulder blades together. And down. So take a breath in. And exhale and start. Just think of one vertebrae at a time, starting to fold, fold, fold. And just hang out here and feel the heaviness of the arms. Maybe work them back and forth a little bit. Make the knees go out to the side, and that gets you down a little bit lower. And then you can come up. And we'll do one more. And for those of you that would like to set a goal to maybe it's be able to touch your toes. Haven't done that in a long time. We'll work on that one. So this is, you want to have the feet together, touching at some point, the heels or straight on. And just drop. The knees are going to stay fairly locked on this one. So you're just dropping down. And again, you hold your breath. It doesn't help you getting down there. So we're going to exhale. And the first one, this might be as far as you get. Okay? Bring it up. Expand out. Exhale. So the next one, go a little bit further if you can. Same idea, drop down. Take a breath in, breath out. If you have to do a couple of breaths in, breaths out. But when you get down here, take a breath in. Exhale. Went a little bit further. Okay, now, third one. We're going to do it. Okay, so down. And again, slowly, breath out. Take a breath in. Exhale. There it is. We caught it on camera. All right. Good. Now, if you're down there and you feel you want to stretch the calves a little bit more on the back, you can do some lifts like that. All right, very good. All right, just shake that out a little bit. Let me know on the time when we're down to a minute or two, okay, on there? Thanks. 2 minutes? Oh, all right. So we made it from the head to toe. That was awesome. That was the goal tonight. So we're going to, all right, let's just talk for a minute or two, and then we'll wrap it up. So I brought my water with me. And the other thing I'm doing for sort of a New Year's bit is a detox or a cleanse, just a light one, little things at a time. I'm not overdoing it, but You can either do lemon water, or this is apple cider vinegar and water. And I guess maybe it's an acquired taste. But start off mostly water, and then you'll get to the vinegary part. But that's something that I heard you should do in the morning. So I have this bottle when I wake up in the morning before any breakfast. Actually, even before I start doing my Qigong exercises. So why don't we end with we'll just do the 3 moves and we'll do them once. How's that? So we start out in our mountain pose. And we step out into our horse stance. Arms are out to the side. We bring up the energy. Down. And then we bring the energy up. Down. And we give it away. Very good. All right, you guys have been awesome. I don't want to say awful. You've been awesome tonight. So let's just do some of these nice little moves as we sign off. Remember, the body likes to move in circles. Circle, circle, circle. And I'll see you next time on Tai Chi For You.